Hey everybody, it is Floods Worsen here from the Ed Boys, and today we're going to be getting rich on a budget again. Some of you may have seen the zombie axe video where I started with 5 mil and worked up to 100 mil. Today we're going to be starting with a Rune Crossbow instead, and our feature boss is going to be Vorkath. Vorkath is a very solid moneymaker. It's a solo only instance boss with very consistent drops, and you don't need a great setup to get started. Here's a look at the stats that Floods is working with at the moment. 90 range is the important number. We won't be using any melee today. We're just going to be ranging Vorkath. But if you click that like button right now, I will make another version of this video where we just poke the dragon instead. Here's the bank tab that I'm working with to start. We've got some untradeable gear and then 2 mil to spend on the rest. In the main tab, I do have other untradables and quest items that we mostly won't be using, though if you look closely, there is some void range that I will be pulling out eventually. So I took the 2 mil, I bought a Ceradihide set, a Rune Crossbow, and then Ceradihide boots. I did sell back those Ceradome bracers since I do have the Bandos gloves, or at least I tried to sell them back. Please, somebody buy these bracers. I need money for supplies. Here's how the starting setup is looking. We've got Godsword in the helm, chest, legs, and boots slot, Ava's accumulator for the cape, imbued salve amulet for the necklace. I did actually imbue it to make sure that it works for magic and range as well. An unimbued salve amulet is only helpful for melee. I have the anti-dragon shield, Barrow's gloves, and a Ring of Shadows. The Ring of Shadows is a reward from Desert Treasure 2, which is not a requirement to unlock Vorkath. So if you haven't completed that quest, you could wear an Explorer's Ring, which is a reward from completing the Lumbridge and Draenor Village diaries. You only have to do the easy diaries to at least get a level 1 ring. The Ring of Shadows has a +4 range accuracy and a +2 prayer bonus, which is pretty nice, but it's not a huge deal. And the Explorer's Ring, it does have a +1 prayer bonus, so it's better than nothing at all, and you could use it to get some alks done as well. I used the rest of the money to buy supplies, including runes for Crumble Undead, prayer potions, anti-venom plus, extended super anti-fires, monkfish, house tabs, and of course some ruby bolts and diamond bolts for the Rune Crossbow. It's time to head to Vorkath. This video is going to focus more on the money making and the gear upgrading aspects of the Vorkath grind. If you're looking for a full Vorkath guide and how to kill the boss, I will be uploading an updated Vorkath guide including range and melee kills a few days after this video, and it will be linked in the description. The first few kills were pretty slow, of course. The Rune Crossbow is heavily carried from ruby bolts. The ruby bolt proc deals 20% of the opponent's remaining HP, capped at 100 damage. It'll also tag you for 10% of your remaining health, so you take a little bit of damage as well. Whenever Vorkath has 500 or more remaining health, you have a 6% chance to hit a 100 on any accurate hit. This is raised to a 6.6% chance if you've completed the Kandarin Hard diaries, but I have not completed those diaries on Floods. 6% chance for the ruby bolt proc isn't huge, so there's still a lot of low hits with the Rune Crossbow in there as well, making it a bit difficult to get multiple kills per trip, but that's okay. We won't be on the Rune Crossbow for that many kills since Vorkath pays out very well. The crossbow is not the only piece of gear that I'm looking to upgrade. Vorkath has that 1 in 50 chance to drop the Vorkath's head, including a guaranteed one on 50 KC. So I have a max of 50 kills until I can upgrade my backpack. Oh, look at that, 3 KC Vorkath's head. So I took that head to Ava with 75 mithril arrows, and I upgraded my accumulator into an assembler. The Ava's assembler will pick up the rest of the dropped ammo. That doesn't include the 20% ammo that you break while you're firing it. And the assembler also has better stats all around, including +2 range strength, which is very nice for trying to get a higher max hit. A few kills in, I set my PB at just under 3 minutes. It's some pretty slow kills per hour, but since we only started with 2 mil cash to work with, we're already making pretty good progress with every individual kill. 8 KC and I got a second Vorkath set, okay. Extra assemblers will be nice for the future when Floods gets back out to some wilderness bossing. You may have noticed that I'm not bringing a Slayer staff for the Crumble Undead spell. The staff is nice for the autocast feature, but since I don't need the mage bonus from it, I really don't mind manually casting from the spellbook just to save an inv space. I just gotta make sure that I don't misclick. Ironically, my first death was from the zombified spawn, but not because I misclicked. If you look closely, I do shoot 1 extra bolt at Vorkath just before I eat a monkfish, which made for a long attack delay, and I didn't actually send the Crumble Undead until it was too late. Then I ran around like a fool and died. I usually try to avoid that extra crossbow attack by clicking on the ground right as I get frozen or eating some food before I attack so that my character stops attacking, but sometimes you mess it up. At 25 KC, I sold off the loot tab, or at least whatever was still in it, since I had been selling loot whenever I need more potions or other supplies, and I bought myself a Dragon Crossbow. The Dragon Crossbow has slightly better stats than the Rune Crossbow, but the main thing is that I can now use Ruby Dragon Bolts and Diamond Dragon Bolts. This doesn't affect the bolt proc, in other words, how many times I'm going to hit 100s, but the Dragon Bolts have much more range strength than the Adamant Bolts that we were using before, so it is a massive upgrade to my max hit. It was at this time that I decided to move on to Void Armor as well. I did want to knock out some kills with God D'hide to show you that you don't have to have Void Armor to grind out Vorkath, but it is very worth it to knock out some pest control and get your Void range gear. With the Dragon Bolts and the Void setup, my max hit without having a bolt proc went from 39 to 49, which is massive. Overall, the DPS gains got me a new PB on the first kill back, and it was like 30 seconds faster than the previous PB. That didn't guarantee that every trip was going to be solid though. Sometimes I would still be fairly inaccurate, and you're just getting beat up by Vorkath if he's using a lot of magic attacks, so I would still, sometimes only get a 1-kill trip. Not every fight can be a PB, okay? Especially not at 50 KC, which was an over 4-minute kill, but also got me a nice combat achievement for 4 points. At that point, I went to upgrade my Void Armor into Elite Void. Elite Void top and bottom does require the Western Province Hard Diaries, and then 200 pest control points for each item to upgrade, 400 total points. Upgrading to Elite Void will give you 6 more prayer bonus, and it'll double the range boost that you get from regular Void from 2.5% up to 5% range accuracy and strength. So we upgraded Void, went to the GE, sold some loot, including the Sarah D'hide that we bought early on, bought some more supplies, and got back into the grind. What was that? Was that a Lego fireball? Wait a minute, what happened to Vorkath? Is he a Lego too? Wait, am I a Lego? If you're interested in some dope OSRS Legos like this bad boy right here, then you have to check out OSRSbricks.com. These builds are made from genuine Lego bricks, and they're designed by passionate RuneScape players like yourself to bring some of your favorite and most iconic RuneScape moments to life. So if you're interested in these Legos, check out OSRSbricks.com and use code THEED at checkout. That's THEED in all caps, and you'll get 5% off of your purchase. Shout out to OSRSbricks.com for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to that Vorkath action. This is probably a good time to say that I also switched over to Caramboins instead of Monkfish. They're a little bit more expensive, the Caramboins, but they heal a little bit more health apiece, and they do give 1 less attack delay each time that you eat the food, so like it's slightly more efficient speed-wise to be eating a Caramboin than it is to eat other foods. This setup is where I started to get some 3-kill trips, which is a nice place to be at for grinding out some serious cash at Vorkath. We've upgraded pretty hard from the Rune Crossbow and the God D'hide setup that we started with, but the next purchase was a Rune Pouch note, though I didn't screen record myself actually buying the note. The video is ruined. You can see in my GE history that it did cost me about 2.3 mil. Very worth it to save a few inventory spaces, plus I'll be using the Rune Pouch at many other places, not just Vorkath. Like, this is an overall good upgrade for the account. At this point, I also bought some Dust Runes, which I could have done a little earlier on. These count as Air Runes and Earth Runes in one, which leaves me with enough space to put Law Runes in the Rune Pouch as well. So now I don't have to bring the House tab, and I can just teleport from the runes in the pouch, and I can bring 1 more food. 100 KC Vorkath Master. Very nice. Yo, that was a pretty solid kill. That was pretty solid. Yo, 1 minute and 47-second PB. Let's go, dude. That is solid. That's really good. How many times can I say solid in one clip? If we were getting sub 2-minute kills, like every kill, then I'd be up to a Dragon Hunter crossbow in no time, honestly. And we just sent the PB right before we're about to get a range level as well. We've got 91 range coming in hot. Now that 1 single range level is not gonna like make or break. The DPS is not going through the roof from that, but in general, higher stats, thumbs up. Dang, dude, I'm up to like 9 Vorkath heads at only 142 KC. What is going on? 150 KC coming in hot. Here's what our overall loot looks like, though the loot tracker is missing 1 KC. Scammed. We've made enough money that it's time for another upgrade. Vorkath's been a consistent moneymaker since its release, but in the early days, the Skeletal Visage was very expensive since it's very rare. This was really nice if you got the Visage drop, since it was like a bonus 50 mil or something. At the moment, the Dragonfire Ward, which is the shield that you make with that Skeletal Visage, is a little over 7 mil. So it's not as expensive of a drop if we happen to pull one, but it's a much cheaper investment to upgrade. So we're definitely getting one, as well as some bottled Dragon Breath to charge it up. This shield has +8 range strength and +15 range accuracy, which the anti-dragon shield had neither of, so this is a huge upgrade. The next upgrade I want after this is going to be the Dexterous Prayer Scroll so that I can use Rigor, the highest level offensive range prayer. This is going to be a similar DPS upgrade as when I went from the anti-dragon shield to the Dragonfire award, so I'm not going to be selling the shield to get it, which means I do have to get up to about 16 mil for the next big purchase, and dying to a disconnection is not helping with that now, is it? 91 hit points coming in hot, dude. Number go up. This is actually, I feel like a hit points level can actually make more of a difference on a single level basis than most of the other skills. Like, directly having one more health could matter, okay? You ever gotten to 1 health before? I've gotten to 1 health before. That's better than getting to 0 health. So this was the moment that I accidentally clicked on my special attack orb, which launched a 72 on Vorkath real quick. I was aware that the Dragon Crossbow spec could bounce off like multiple NPCs. I didn't have any idea that it increases your max hit as well, so I did just start sending those crossbow specs anytime that I had 60% spec energy for a little bit of bonus DPS. Here's me getting a 1 and 26-second PB, but I didn't notice it until a few minutes afterwards when I opened up the clan chat and saw the notification. A 1:26 while still using the Dragon Crossbow is pretty sweet. Now, I may have misclicked my Crumble Undead in this clip, and I did say earlier in the video not to misclick, but I happened to one-hit the spawn with a range attack, which did get me a free combat achievement. Let's go. We're up to 310 KC at the moment, and I believe the loot tab is going to be solid enough to buy the Dexterous Prayer Scroll now. Let's go check that out. So I headed back to the GE and we sold off that loot tab yet again, and I did manage to buy the Dexterous Prayer Scroll for about 16.5 mil. Rigor is a massive upgrade in DPS, but it also has some built-in defense with it, and since I wasn't using the Steel Skin Prayer, that should help me with taking a little bit less damage during the fight. It does use a lot more prayer points than Eagle Eye though. I could bring like an extra prayer potion, try to make up for that. It's also helpful to lazy flick Rigor during the fight to save some prayer points as well, so that's probably the better option, is just a little bit during the kill flick that offensive prayer. Either way, the Dexterous Prayer Scroll was not only a valuable upgrade for Vorkath, like it's as much DPS increase as when I got like the Dragonfire award basically, so another pretty good upgrade there, but really for any range gains that I make on the rest of the account now, I have this offensive prayer, so that's a pretty sick upgrade. Now, I won't be able to sell the Dexterous Prayer Scroll back, obviously, at the end of the video, and the goal for the video is to end with 100 mil in cash, so I do have to make up that 16.5 mil. Let's keep grinding. 92 range coming in hot. Let's go, dude. Halfway to 99. Woo! Just set my PB at 1 and 17 seconds. That is actually really sick for a Dragon Crossbow. Now, I've got the Dragonfire award. I do have Rigor. Those two things are helping out, but man, we're still zooming, bro. I was scrolled up so high that I couldn't see the item. Just suddenly a freaking a pop-up starts coming in. I was like, what is going on? I was trying to scroll down in like a panic. Like, what is going on, dude? Dragon Bone Necklace, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I already fucking picked it up too. 431 KC Dragon Bone Necklace. Very interesting. The next big upgrade that I was looking to buy is the Bandos godsword for some defense reduction. I used the Bone Dagger for a few kills just before we got the Bandos godsword, just to mess around with it a bit. The Bone Dagger was pretty nice, but once I had money for the BGS, that's what I was going for. The Bandos godsword spec only uses 50% spec energy compared to the Bone Dagger's 75, so I can send 1 to 2 specs each kill, which is kind of a nice upgrade. The main thing that can go wrong is when I put on the BGS, I take off my Dragonfire ward. If he then uses a fire attack while I have the shield off, that can hit pretty hard. There's definitely enough time to quickly put on the BGS right when I see Vorkath attack, use my spec, and then get the shield back on before he uses his next attack, though occasionally I do mess it up and take some big damage. Oops! 93 range coming in hot. This has been some really solid range XP. I believe we started at 90, right? There's 84 magic. I hadn't really thought that I was getting a magic level during this, but I mean, I am getting mage XP from Crumble Undead as well as the house teleports, excuse me. So it's adding up. Hey, there was 92 hit points coming in hot, putting me at another halfway point for a 99. Sheesh. There's 94 range. Very nice, very nice. Seriously though, absolutely crushing some range XP. It's really sweet to get range XP while making a lot of money. It has been a lot of kills since our last upgrade. I did hit the 100 mil mark in the loot tracker a little while back, which was pretty sweet, but it's not just 100 mil in loot that we're trying to get to. I want that 100 mil cash stack. It is here at 814 KC that I think we're finally ready for our biggest upgrade of the video. I sold off the loot tab, and then when I checked the price of that cash with my BGS, my DFW, my DCB, that looks like I will have enough money to buy the DHCB. The Dragon Hunter crossbow has almost the same stats as a Dragon crossbow. It's just +1 range accuracy difference. But when you use the Dragon Hunter crossbow against a dragon, it gains 30% accuracy and 25% damage, which is massive. My max hit, not including bolt procs, before this upgrade, I believe was a 51. And then my first 3 hits of the first kill with the Dragon Hunter crossbow were all above that, dude. This made 4-kill trips a lot more common as well, which was really good for kills per hour, of course. Just less banking is going to mean more kills, but it also means that I was actually using a lot less prayer and food per kill, just a lot less supplies per fight. I was bringing in 3 potions and often running out of all 3 for a 3-kill trip, and I'm getting 4-kill trips without having to bring the extra potions. So we're making more money per kill and getting more kills per hour. There it is, dude, 1 minute and 14 on the PB. That is a master combat achievement as well. Damn, dude. 884 KC coming in hot at the end of that trip. I think this is going to be enough to go buy my Dragonfire award back. The ward's gone up a little bit in price since I sold it off and had to buy it back now. I was trying to buy it back for like a little bit cheaper in the grain exchange, but overall saving like maybe 200 or 300k at the GE and then wasting like 10 or 15 minutes standing around waiting for it to buy just really wasn't worth it. Just getting back into Vorkath and fighting him was needed. So I put the offer in for 10 mil, got it for just slightly less, and we got right back to Vorkath. This is pretty much the final gear setup for the video at this point. I could go get the Bandos godsword back when I get another 16 mil or so. Honestly, it is pretty chill not having to deal with sending the specs or switching any gear, so I'm gonna skip that for now, even though BGS is still awesome. I did also ignore getting any ring upgrades the whole time. You may have noticed I haven't upgraded my ring. I'm still using Ring of Shadows. The Imbued Archer's ring, even the Venator ring, they both have range bonuses on it. They're both a better range ring than the Ring of Shadows, but it's an insanely low range bonus. Here's a look at the DPS calc showing my current setup compared to if I had a Venator ring. Overall, it's less than a 1% increase to get that best in slot ring that's worth like 48 mil at the moment, and it drops my expected kill time by 0.6 seconds. In other words, an average of 1 tick faster per kill. Even if I mess this up and it turns out it was like 3 ticks faster per kill and it was 3 times better of an increase in DPS than I'm saying it is, that's still insanely low for being a best in slot like 48 mil ring. With this setup, I'm up to a 71 max hit, and in fact, I'm at an 81 max hit from the Diamond Bolt procs. It is actually insane to be hitting an 81 without Ruby Bolts, dude. I love the Dragon Hunter crossbow. Ain't no way, bro. Another Dragon Bone necklace, sub 1000 KC? Dude, that is wild. I have like 3,500 Vorkath kills on my main account, and I only got 1 Dragon Bone necklace in that grind, so Floods, you kinda wildin'. Nice, got the PB on that one, just slowly chipping away a few seconds off the personal best each time we get it. It's looking pretty good, it's looking pretty good. There's 1,000 Vorkath KC coming in hot, which looks pretty solid, getting to that 4-digit number. The loot tracker has scammed us out of a kill apparently at 999 KC, but damn dude, 138 mil in loot is thick. Dog, over 1,000 KC, and I still managed to like look away, dude. I know that he's gonna throw that fireball when I look away. What am I doing? Why am I not paying attention? Here comes 95 range, which definitely is gonna be my last range level in this video, but that's some sick range gains, going from 90 to 95 while making like 100 mil here. I'm very happy with that. Yo, I might actually get this before the freeze. This is gonna be so quick. 57 seconds? Yo, dude. Damn, I just shattered that PB. That is insane. Yo, it's still a few seconds off of the Grandmaster time, but that was a sick kill, bro. Sub 1 minute is just zooming, dude. This right here is going to be the last kill, ladies and gentlemen. We're wrapping up this Vorkath grind. Yo, a Vorkath set on the last kill? That's actually pretty fitting. I got a ton of Vorkath heads early on and then actually slowed down a lot for sure. Here's a look at my loot tracker for 1,080 Vorkath kills. 153 mil is a lot of loot. We're gonna have the 100 mil cash stack. I did spend like 16 mil on the dexterous and like 2 mil on the rune pouch as well. That makes like 35 mil GP that was spent on supplies, it seems, give or take. I definitely spent a lot more on food and prayer potions early on in the grind. By the time that I got to the Dragonfire crossbow, the kills were like a lot quicker, a lot more efficient. Vorkath grind with the crossbow is just awesome, dude. The DHCB, like any upgrade is a lot of fun. Once you get that upgrade, it's always pretty sweet. But getting to that crossbow, dude, oh, it's just, dude. You could definitely take the Vorkath grind a lot further than 100 mil, especially with that Dragonfire crossbow, but that was our goal for the video, the 100 mil stack. Dang, dude, I am cutting this close. It says 102 mil, but it looks like the crossbow is gonna sell for more like 63, maybe not 65, so we might be in trouble after taxes, dude. The damn taxes! There it is, come on, man. Yes! 100 mil, check it out, bro, we did it. 100 mil and 36k. God, I should have just sent like an extra trip or two. I was cutting that super close, but that's it, me boys. That's it. 100 mil starting with a Rune Crossbow, just grinding out some Vorkath KC. I did only use range in this video, though originally I had thought about using some melee as well. So if you're interested in a melee version of this video, let me know in the comments section. If you enjoyed the budget money making content, be sure to like and subscribe for more content. I very much appreciate the support on these videos, everybody. So I will be knocking out more Flood's budget money making gains as soon as possible. Another huge shout out to OSRSbricks.com for sponsoring the video. Check out OSRSbricks.com and use code THEED at checkout for 5% off. Thank you very much for watching, everybody, and I'll see you next time.